What up? This is Chris Cruz from 94.1 KMPS in Seattle. My voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus, and you're listening to the Hoppe and SuperRICH show, boy.
Call us, 847-866-WNUR. That is 847-866-9687. And real quick, portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for younger or more sensitive, uptight listeners.
And we will play this music and talk radio only between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m.
All right, what is the latest going on with Glee? You like this music?
No, but because it's Glee. But no
one does unless you're
Glee star Becca Tobin. Her boyfriend was found dead in a Philly hotel.
He sort of looks like Carson Daly. What the hell?
A little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Glee star Becca Tobin's boyfriend, Matt Bendick, was found dead Thursday in a Philadelphia hotel, TMZ has learned, and the circumstances surrounding his death are mysterious. Sources close to the couple tell us that he was a 35-year-old nightclub owner, was in Philly on a business trip.
I wonder what it's like to own a nightclub real quick. I've always thought about that. Like, it must be like...
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
But I feel like it's a lot of hard work. I feel like it gets nauseating. You have to deal with all the egos there, all the fighting, all the kicking out. I feel like it's a cool job, but I feel like it's not as great as it seems. Like radio.
Yeah. And we're told Tobin was not in Philly when he died. A hotel maid found Bendick's body Thursday around 1 p.m. Law enforcement sources say the housekeeper found the body on the bed, face down. Police are calling it a sudden death, and they do not believe foul play was involved. They also say there's no evidence of suicide and no weapons were found.
So how do you think he died? Does it say in there? I'm so confused.
Well, let's read on and see. I don't know.
Geez.
We're told no drugs or drug paraphernalia were found in the room. We know the detective's incident report makes no mention of medications in the room, and the report makes no mention of alcohol. So I'm not quite sure what's left.
What did he die of, like a heart attack?
Like a heart attack? I don't know. Bendick was last seen by a manager at a club in Philly just before midnight Wednesday. Bendick ran several major clubs around the country, but especially in Los Angeles, where he was the director of operations at DBA Nightclub. He also was a co-owner of AV Nightclub. We're told Bendick was not known as a partier, and friends are shocked and devastated by his sudden death. Calls to Tobin's reps have not been returned. One eerie twist was Sunday will mark 1 year since the death of Corey Monteith, who died in a Vancouver hotel room from a drug overdose. So, yeah, that's a little weird that, like, not even barely a week apart and two boyfriends are dead.
That's really weird because I remember I was in the basement in my friend's house when I saw the tweet that Corey Monteith died. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of a little bit eerie. Almost a year after Corey Monteith died, this guy dies. It just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
You like this music? It's creepy as hell. It makes me want to, like, die or something. You know what I mean?
There's
some creepy-ass music. What else is going on?
And shortly before Matt went out Wednesday night, he posted a pic of Becca, which is her girlfriend, calling her out at his Women Crush Wednesday.
I think Becca is that she's like a EDM artist from like the 2000s.
She's pretty good looking.
Yeah, I think that's the EDM artist from the 2000s. So
yeah, she's pretty good looking. So.
Yeah, she's not bad looking. What else is coming up?
Okay, so why Chocolope? To sell marijuana, you need a clever name. So somebody named it Chocolope, I guess. Let's see. This guy named Adam Orenstein spent years crossbreeding marijuana plants before arriving at his proud new strain, a tall, stalky plant frosted with white, crystally hairs prized by growers and smokers.
That's just kind of weird. It's always fascinating with me, not even with weed, but the fact that a seed that you plant in the ground can create crystals that get you high as hell, or like a seed in the ground can create tomatoes or watermelon. It's just, nature's amazing.
Right. Yeah, it is.
You like the song?
It's all around us.
I Got 5 on it. It's about weed. That's why I'm playing it in the background.
I get it. But before releasing it to the public, he and his partners toiled over one of the most crucial steps, giving it the proper name. It's like any other business. Branding is so important, said Ornstein, 48, a master cultivator for Studio City dispensary Buds and Roses.
Brand weed. Like, what do you... Like, what's different between one type of weed and then another type? Like, how do you brand it? I feel like it's all just kind of the same thing.
Well, but certain ones get you more high than others, I guess. So
I guess. It's kind of like an obscure brand. Like, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you got purple in it, like, it's better and, It's
true.
They eventually settled on Super Strawberry. I like that name. kind of
Super strawberry away. Smoke weed every day.
A nod to the group's last award-winning strain, Strawberry Cough. So they named something called Strawberry Cough.
I bet it's because like it has the taste of a good old strawberry, and then when you cough, you're like, it's so rough, man. I don't know. That was a dumb joke.
The new plant, they say, has the same fruity aroma, but a more balanced high, aimed at lifting users off the couch and inspiring creativity.
I bet that fruity type of weed does well in San Francisco. Hey, hey, hey.
Super Strawberry just rolls off the tongue, said Ornstein. God, I can't, like, they're like making it seem like it's like food, like these people are like food connoisseurs or something, but they're like weed connoisseurs instead.
That's kind of creepy. There's something about weed connoisseurs. Like,
It is. It's a little creepy, but it's kind of funny at the same time.
Like, people who are really into weed are the same people who smoke too much in high school and have too much of a backup plan. So now they're really excited that there's actually a chance that you could have weed be a career. But the thing is, like,
and I guess the weed would give you. I guess the weed would get you more creative and maybe start your own weed business.
Maybe, but at the same time, weed's known to make you lazy and eat a lot. And when you eat a lot, it makes you sleepy. So, like, I feel like it's sort of a business, but it's not going to, like, get you a big-ass house, maybe an apartment for the rest of your life. But,
right.
like, I don't think it's like being an engineer where it's going to bring you a hot life.
But, I mean, at least it's something for these potheads to hold on to. You know, it's something where at least they find hope when they just thought they were going to just smoke all the time. Now they actually have something.
I'm not saying weed's a fad because everyone will always smoke it, but it's a thing now. Hey, it's becoming legal. But in about 5 years, we're going to be like, yeah, remember when weed was illegal? That was weird. And it's like, there's really no changes to weed. At least with engineering, you can learn more things. With technology, you can improve. But there's really no improving weed. I know you can get it more and more potent, but it's like, This is going to be a fad where these guys think it's going to be a business. No, it's not. You're going to end up homeless smoking crack because you ran out of money.
Well, it has helped the economy, like in Colorado and Washington. It does help the economy, but I mean, because a lot of people want to buy it, obviously. But you know, there's all these steps having to go through it, and how many of those businesses are going to
flourish?
To flourish, yeah, that's a good word for it.
Oh, jeez.
So let's get back to this article here. So Ornstein's a former editor at High Times Magazine.
I've seen it in like Barnes and Nobles, and you'll see like all the hippies reading that.
I haven't seen it, but it seems kind of odd.
I was the weird guy who used to browse at Barnes and Nobles. I was kind of weird like that. I used to love the window shop when I was a kid, like look at things I want to buy.
Did you read a lot though?
I read anime books that were backwards, and I read some Simpson and Futurama comics, but I never was like a guy that would read like Harry Potter. I read the first book.
No. I didn't read Harry Potter.
I hated reading, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I like visual things better.
Yeah. So let's see. He's better known by his name, Kyle Kushman. Kush being Kush, of course. With the names, we're trying to be a bit more sophisticated and less stonerish.
Shut up! You're smoking weed. You're getting high. I don't care what you do, but don't try to ever act like weed is classy. You're smoking it because you're bored in your life and you don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hating on weed here. I'm just saying you're trying to make it seem classy. Like, hey, let's go smoke a blunt in the background.
I think me and Ryan both sort of agree that pot should be legal everywhere, right?
Just get the hell out of here. We have other things to fix.
Yeah, there's more important things. But, I mean, this guy can't say, you know, you're trying to make it more sophisticated because, I mean, weed is weed, you know.
You're getting high. You're sitting around and you're watching Workaholics in your basement. It's not like sipping fine wine. At least when you sip fine wine, you can have taste testing and you have cheese and crackers at a nice, like, hall where you look at paintings. You know what I mean? Like, at least when you sip on good wine or you sip on beer, you're not going to get drunk. It's not like you take one hit and you're not high. You get instantly buzzed. So don't try to ever act like, oh, we're connoisseurs. Connoisseurs means you have a little bit at each time. No, you're getting high and you're getting blazed and you're eating Taco Bell. Shut up.
Taco Bell. Yeah, that's the go-to, right? Pot has always commanded an abundance of nicknames, but with legalization taking it out from the shadows, purveyors and pungent herbs are christening their newest strains with the care of commercial marketers.
And I feel like most weed's pretty much similar. I love those kids in class who try to talk to you. Yo, man. And you just don't want to even pick up the weed. And they're just like, yo, man, I got that Blue Dream on deck. Do you really? Like, do you actually have a scanner that says, this is Blue Dream, like some technology where it's a robotic thing? Shut up. All weed's pretty much similar.
The computer from SpongeBob, Plankton's wife. She's the one that scans it through.
Or you have, like, RoboCop. This is Blue Dream. I can confirm. Shut up.
Right.
God, drug dealers out there are so cool. And they always got the hot girls that are scummy, that, like, know how to roll perfect blunts. Like, shut up. Like, it's just, weed dealers were the coolest guys in high school, and now look at you. You're nothing. You can't even succeed in community college. You're a bunch of losers. Call the show if you're a drug dealer and you want to bitch me out somehow. I will not allow that to happen. 847-866-WNUR. That is 847-866-9687, because I'm cool with weed. I don't care. But people are trying to act like it's classy. Like, no, you're just ruining your brain cells and getting high and watching Toy Story. Shut up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's no worse than alcohol, but it's no better than alcohol. So,
and I love...
See what I'm saying?
Driving while high isn't bad. Is it really? You are faded. You're not all there. I know you're not, like, on... Driving while high.
You're not drunk, but
yeah, you're not swerving in lanes. But hey, you're not exactly paying attention. Your eyes are completely on the road. So don't ever act like I'm good at driving while high. Really? Until you crash into a car when you're on your phone looking at that Snapchat of some girl topless. Like, you get pretty much distracted. I just hate people who are trying to make it seem like it's great. It's a drug. It makes you altered. Don't try to act like it's something else. No. It's a medicine. Yeah, and it's a drug. Because when you smoke it, you get altered. You agree with me?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's definitely a drug. And,
what else does it say?
Yeah. Let's see. Striking the right handle name matters. A memorable name like Purple Haze or Maui Wowie can resonate for decades.
And like I said
which
before,
we've heard of those names
how are you
before,
supposed to know what type of weed is which? Like, how do we believe you?
It's all by the smell, I'm assuming.
I know. And like
Maui Wowie smells like Hawaiian.
And the
probably,
colors.
And Purple Haze would obviously have purple in it. Yeah, I don't know. Super Strawberry, I guess, smells like strawberry. I know there's weed that smells like blueberries, and yeah. It can also make a difference in today's crowded field of expertly grown pot, where one high is often as good as another. All marijuana is derived from two parent strains, which is associated with a sleepy body high, and satvia, which is believed to make users more energetic. Hundreds of hybrids now exist, including Orenstein's Super Strawberry.
Oh man, I wonder what an energetic pothead is like. Hey man, like, what if, like,
have you ever met an energetic pothead though?
No.
I don't get that. I mean, I think you're usually just more.
It's probably the
more
people at the coffee shop that reek like weed and are typing up their movie they're gonna have because they're gonna take over Hollywood and Lombard. Shut up. Hey man, I'm gonna be the next big actor and take over the world. No, you're not. Shut up.
So here's a picture of the guy.
He seems pretty much businesslike. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But they're doing that because whoever wrote this article probably smokes weed, and they want to break the stereotype that not everyone's a pothead. If you smoke weed a lot, you're a pothead.
David Pearson smokes weed. No.
Every day.
I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. He probably doesn't. But let's see.
We can speculate if we want to.
Yeah, we can speculate it. Let's see. Going back to this article, the outlandish handles are the residue of an inadvertent drug culture that won't change anytime soon. And Don and his partner Aaron are responsible for developing some of the hottest strains in recent years, including Tangy and L.A. Confidential. So there's weed called Tangy and L.A. Confidential.
This is a bit of a sidetrack, but do you think Obama smokes? Yes.
Well, he has before.
I think he does.
I don't know if
he's probably so stressed
I don't
out.
think he does now. How would he get that to the White House?
I don't know. It's not like he's the president of the modern world. Trust me, he smokes weed.
But I mean, how would he go about that though? Like, would he just tell his Secret Service people, "Hey, low key, can you go out and buy me some weed?" Like, how does that
work?
work?
He smokes, dude.
Or like, does he meet up with drug dealers? Because I mean,
doesn't Kumar work for him? The guy from Harold and Kumar, he works for Obama. Just ask him. Go to White Castle.
I don't know. I don't know if he does. Don't necessarily think he does currently. I mean, it's
just fun to think
he
about.
He stopped smoking cigarettes. He quit that.
Did he really? He probably smokes in the Oval Office. Like,
I don't think.
You know how stressed
No,
out
not
you
in the
are?
Oval Office. That's like a respect thing. Like, out of respect, he purposely probably does not smoke.
Do you
in the
really
White House.
think Obama does nothing? He doesn't drink? I mean, he
Well,
probably
of course
drinks.
he drinks.
He probably gets drunk. He probably gets high, and he probably takes pills. Like, dude, you have the most stressful job on this planet.
Well, he's got a wife and kids. I wouldn't say that he does all that. I mean,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
being the president doesn't necessarily. I understand it's stressful, but it's really not that stressful.
Oh, yeah. It's not like when you're a president, your hair turns gray, and then once you leave the office, your hair gets less gray, dude. What are you talking about? It's the most stressful job in the world.
It's the most stressful job, but I mean, that doesn't mean he's going to resort to doing drugs. I mean, did George Bush do drugs? Bill Clinton? I mean, did all these people do drugs?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Bill-
You can't just put words in their mouth and say that they're all doing drugs.
George Bush did
People in
cocaine.
power like that don't. I understand CEOs and sometimes like the Wolf of Wall Street is a good example of that. But I mean, you know, the current president of the United States of America, I'm not sure that he does drugs.
Why wouldn't he? I just don't get why.
I know he did when he was a teenager and stuff in Hawaii, but I don't think he does drugs right now.
We get stressed out over school and over our radio careers, and that's diddly squat. Imagine having to deal with Benghazi. Imagine having to deal with the economy. Imagine having to deal
but
with...
he's constantly on the move. He doesn't have a whole lot of time to smoke and do drugs if he wanted to.
Really? He's able to watch all of House of Cards and The Wire. He has enough time on his hands.
Well, he has enough time on his hands, but still, I mean, how could you say that he's just going to do drugs? I mean, there's still a good amount of people who don't do drugs. It's not like in 10 years you're going to have like just everybody doing drugs.
But Ryan,
Although that's what people are afraid of.
when were you the most stressed out in your life? Like, what was the most stressful?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. School probably. I guess I don't know.
Imagine that stress of going to our radio school times 10 million. You would need something to alter you and relax you. Of course he smokes weed.
Well, yeah, but I'm just wondering how he gets it. Like, how would you get it without it coming out in
I
public?
don't know. You pick it up from somebody. There's sophisticated drug dealers. Maybe when he visits Denver or Seattle, he picks up there. Like, there's ways for him to get weed. You don't think there's a way to get a drug dealer? Come on. Stop it.
I know the president's life is private, but I mean,
Trust me, he's doing weed.
you know, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far to say that he's just doing it just because he wants to relax.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree because I know for sure. I'm not saying he's doing cocaine. I'm not saying
No.
he's picking up meth from Walter White and Albert.
But he has done cocaine and he has done meth. He's pretty much admitted to doing all
He's never
drugs
did meth.
at least once. Yeah, not meth, but he's admitted to doing cocaine, right?
And
he's
probably
admitted
ecstasy.
to doing. Well, yeah, he's admitted to doing those things when he was younger. But I think once he got into politics, once he became a congressman and he was in Springfield and he was in New York and all that.
Think about it.
I don't think he was doing drugs then. I mean, he met Michelle Obama, got married, had kids, all that.
Oh,
you know.
yeah, because once you have kids and you get married, that never stops somebody from smoking weed and getting drunk.
Well, no, but I don't know. I think it's just kind of outrageous to just claim that he does drugs. Just like
I'm
off
just
the
saying,
bat like
I'm
that.
pretty sure he does drugs. How else would you come up with the idea? Let's trade 5 terrorists who hate America and want to kill us for one soldier who literally hates America and ditched his
but
army
it's not.
base
It's
and
not
caused-
all up to him to decide that. It's up to the Congress. It's up to the House of Representatives, the Senate. It's up to all them.
But he approved
to
of the
decide
idea,
together.
dude. He
Yeah,
thought
he's
it
the
was-
one that approves it, and he thought that was the right thing at the time. Obviously, it turned out not being the right thing. But it's not because he was high that he decided that. It's not that he didn't get high and then come up with the idea. I'm going to let these people out or whatever.
How else do you come up with that idea? Like, how in your right mind?
I don't
did you
know.
get
A
that
lot of
idea?
liberals think that was the right idea to do.
I'm liberal, and I'm thinking that was the dumbest idea ever.
Well, then you're not. Well, I don't know. Anyway,
Call the show. Do you think there's any chance that Obama does weed?
Well,
'Cause
sure, there's a chance, but you're saying that he does do it, and
I'm not. I'm saying I'm almost positive. I'm not going to go on here and slander the president.
you're
and say
like
he smokes weed.
95% sure he smokes weed.
Yes, positive,
Okay,
dude.
and I'm like 22% sure he smokes weed.
847-866-WNUR. Which side do you agree on? Super Rich says there's a 20% chance he does weed and he most likely doesn't. I'm saying 95% he does because he needs to find a way to relax him. It's 847-866-9687. Is there anything in the article about the weed?
There's not much left. Just coming up with different names. Of course, with strains dubbed green crack, Trainwreck, Durban Poison, and Chernobyl. Jesus.
I've heard from
Chernobyl.
No,
They have a Chernobyl weed. Don't do that. You'll die.
Listen, I don't do weed, but I have friends who do, and they told me whenever it's laced with crack, it's the trippiest, weirdest high ever.
Oh, we are getting a call.
On the phone line, I know who this is. It's one of my good friends.
Anyway, there's not much left of this article. So, yeah, they're just a bunch of different names. Chernobyl, that seems kind of scary. I don't know if I'd necessarily do that one. But
on the phone line, we have my good friend and friend to Luis Lopez from Dance Factory, my radio mentor, Willy Mafia, is on the line. What's up, Willy?
What's up, buddy?
How are you doing? Right now, I want to get your take on this, because you're a big partier. You like to have fun. We're talking about all these new strains of weed that are out there and how they have funky names. And I said, and I'm being outrageous here, that I think Obama... I'm almost certain, now I don't have the facts with me, I'm not going to be on here and slander Barack Obama, but I'm almost positive he smokes weed, because how else are you going to deal with the stress? Now, Willy Mafia, what do you think? Does Barack Obama smoke blunts in his free time?
I will not make a comment against the President of the United States because I don't want no federal agents to visit me.
And now, go on.
But in my personal opinion, does he for the stress? Does he need it? It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm almost positive
no, I
he
agree
does.
with that. I agree that it wouldn't hurt. I just don't think he does it.
Willy, what was the most nervous time in your life? What was a moment that you were so stressed out? Like, just think of one that you want to say on the air real quick.
Probably when I first got laid.
Now think about that awkward moment times a million. That's how these presidents have to deal with. I mean, their hair turns gray, and then once they leave the Oval Office, their hair's not gray anymore, and they look younger. I'm just saying, I'm almost positive you have to drink and smoke weed to deal with the stress of being the most hated person on this planet, in this universe. Wouldn't you agree?
And the most powerful, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're the most famous person. I think I read online, and it makes sense. You get the most pictures taken. You've heard of SuperRICH? Like, you're the most photographed person. Like, you have the stress. Like, we take bad pictures, but no one ever sees it. You literally have to have the game face on, Willy. You know what I mean?
I know how it is. It's like you got to always be ready for the paparazzi, the press, and everybody. Hopefully one day I'll find out what it's like.
And now, Willy, you're a rapper, and your song, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, is almost out. And describe to the radio world what your music is like. Like, how would you describe your music that's about to come out?
I would say it's kind of catchy, It's catchy, it's high energy, and it's hip-hop like the way it was when I was growing up, like in the 90s. Like a 90s style of hip-hop with a little gangster.
Hell yeah.
And
now, real quick, before we let you go, who are some of your influences? Like, who do you say you're a bit like? Like, when I compare myself, I'm like Howard, Opie, and Anthony. Yeah, I'm a little less edgy, but that type of radio is what influenced me and is why I'm on WNUR right now. Who are some of the rappers that are the reason you're going into hip-hop?
Well, first of all, I think all the old rappers, well, not older rappers, like from the 90s, they all had their own style. So I kind of I kind of like most of the 90s rappers, like Biggie,
Hell yeah.
Jay-Z, Tribe Called Quest, Beastie Boys. I'm a total hip-hop guy, I live hip-hop. I am hip-hop. I love hip-hop. So I definitely, got a little influence even from the Gucci Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Gucci Mane's pretty good.
Yeah, so Gucci Mane's all right. So I'm trying to catch a little, hip-hop Chicago flavor and give something Chicago a little different from what it's used to, like just straight gangster stuff, like little gangster stuff, little funny stuff, catchy stuff, and high-energy stuff that I think that people will like.
What is one song you want to hear right now before we let you go? What's one song you want to hear come out of your radio?
I would like to hear a little Beastie Boys, a little throwback to Beastie Boys, Girls. That's all I really want is girls.
Hell yeah, because there's nothing like girls. How have the girls been treating you tonight?
The girls always treat Willy Mafia good, you know what I'm saying? Some of my friends call me Mafia Magnetic. They say that little magnetic personality.
How was that hookah bar you went to tonight?
Yeah. Everything is good, man. We can't talk about that stuff on there.
That's true.
Where can people find you online so they can catch up with everything happening in the life and times of Willy Mafia?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Willy Mafia. That's WILLY Mafia.
Yeah.
At WILIY Mafia. That's a Twitter thing. So it's Willy with a Y, and then the second time it's Willy with an I. I couldn't get the actual Willy Mafia, so someone already had it, so I had to do it like that. It's kind of funny and awkward, but I'm up to like 800 followers, and I'm trying to get to 1,000, and as soon as I release some of these songs, I'm sure that's going to start cranking.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show, Willy Mafia, and have a good night, my man.
I got that little sample for you, and whenever you're ready to hear it, man, I think you're going to love it, man. I didn't let you down, all right?
Yeah, once you have the song, we will premiere it live on the air. Hell yeah, for Chicago.
Yeah. You got it, bro. Give me a call sometime personally. I'll give you a little sneak peek, okay?
Sounds good, Willie.
I'll talk to you. Thank you.
Peace, dude. And that was my guy, my good friend, and a good friend to my mentor, Louis 2 Live from Dance Factory Radio, Willy Mafia. I met him like 6 months ago at Dance Factory, and I immediately liked his swag. And before we get to his request for Beastie Boys, girls, let's see what's coming up on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
Coming up, the Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
What is coming up on the show?
Yeah, so coming up, we're going to have sort of signs about Facebook and marriages. Is Facebook a threat to marriage?
Yes.
And severed arm found in Long Island Yard. That's in Long Island, New York, and there will be some other stuff coming up too. So
I wonder if that guy is neighbors with Anthony Cumia.
There's also another pedophile at Walmart, which isn't very surprising.
I feel like when you go into Walmart, you need to have your kid's hand literally in your hand. Like, you need to be squeezing his hand, and don't let him walk anywhere without your sight, because those piece of dirt pedophiles hang out there. Before we go, it's 847-866-W New York. It's 847-866-9687. We will be right back. Hang on.
The Hoppe and Super Rich Show.